follow a young teenager named Lucy as she takes a break from school and goes back to her tropical mansion in Hawaii. But hey, she's not going alone. Lucy is bringing two of her friends with her who just want to hang out in the tropics and party. But what she forgot to mention to them, not only does she have a younger sister, but she also has a monkey that lives with her named Ben. So Lucy reinforces to her friends, hey, Ben is not only a monkey, he is a smart, special monkey, and he is a member of this family, and he's perfectly harmless. So Lucy's father has to go away for the weekend on a business trip, but he leaves these teenagers all alone to themselves in a big giant mansion that's secluded on the island. And unfortunately, Ben comes down with a case of space rabies. No, not that, just regular old-fashioned rabies.
Oh shit. There goes the planet.
So when I first saw the trailer for this movie, and I think I only saw one trailer for it to be honest, when I saw the trailer I was like, man, this movie looks kind of stupid. Like the trailer that I saw was giving off the typical January horror movie vibe, and I was like, yeah, it looks kind of corny, and it's like kind of giving me vibes like of the movie Congo.
Ugly gorillas, ugly, go away.
But alas, I will say, this movie actually had me pleasantly surprised.
No way!
This might just be because my expectations were very, very low, but the movie wasn't terrible. I was actually really happy that the movie went the practical effects route with the film and decided to have a person inside a monkey suit as opposed to bad CGI effects. And I would say maybe for 90% of the movie, and the more they kept the chimp in the dark or in the background, it looked pretty convincing. Like, don't get me wrong, there was never a moment in this movie where I was like, wow, they actually got a monkey to do that. No, the whole time I knew that there was somebody in a suit, but I still prefer somebody in a suit as opposed to CGI because I think you get a better performance out of the actors because there's actually something there to act off of. So I felt like the real stars of this movie were the practical makeup effects and the actor that was performing in the costume of Ben, and actually the score of the movie, which was kind of crazy because it sounds like John Carpenter, and I even stayed after the credits to see if it was, and no, it's not John Carpenter, but it sounds a lot like John Carpenter. The score for this movie was really good. It kind of took me back to that 80s synthesizer, and it did really sound like current John Carpenter music, so it kind of made me really think, can John Carpenter have a lawsuit on this? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. The overall tone for this movie actually surprised me, especially after seeing that trailer, because the tone of this movie is actually taken pretty seriously. Which kind of comes to my issue with the movie because it's the characters. The characters in this film are really nothing special, and they kind of come off as really, really stupid. They almost feel like they belong in a different movie altogether. They kind of feel like they belong in the last I Know What You Did Last Summer movie that came out last year. There's really nothing to these characters at all. They're just basically here for exposition to just, look at the audience and give you information. That being said, I did like the character of the dad, even though he's not in the movie a whole lot. And another part of my gripe as far as character development, I would have liked to see at least what Ben was like prior to the rabies incident because we really don't get to know him. It's kind of like, hello, I'm Ben, and rah! People are comparing this to Cujo, and I get why they would, but I would say as far as comparing this to Cujo, I would say Primate is kind of like more of the Dollar Tree version of Cujo as far as story goes. Yeah, like I said, the movie is pretty flawed. It's like you have two different movies that are fighting with each other. You have this animal horror survival film that's taking it pretty serious, and then you got your teenage drama that wants to be a slasher film. Yeah, there were a few times in the movie where I was like, man, Ben is turning into Michael Myers. Surprisingly, the movie had some pretty good kills, and man, I feel like the tagline for this movie should be, rich people doing stupid shit. My rating for Primate, well, the film isn't perfect like I said, but it was entertaining. The film is only an hour and 28 minutes, and I definitely say it's worth a matinee or if you have a free movie ticket. And if your theater doesn't have it, it's definitely worth the stream. Alright, that was my review of Primate. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. Alright, did you see the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you even going to see the movie? Let me know in the comments. And if you watched the entire video, thank you very much. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mike the Movie Misfit, and I'll see you at the movies.
An anticipated 10% price hike across the board on petroleum products.
Get more out of life. Go out to a movie.